The day the package arrived, Lena felt like a kid at Christmas. Inside the box was the latest VR headset, hailed as the most realistic and immersive simulator on the market. The marketing called it the ultimate escape into virtual worlds. Little did Lena know it was more of a prison than a playground. She popped open the top, revealing a sleek black headset cradled in protective foam. The device hummed with cutting-edge tech, promising to transport her to far-flung galaxies, exotic landscapes and thrilling adventures. For Lena, VR wasn't just about escapism, it was a lifeline. Ever since she was young, Lena found solace in virtual reality. Unlike her peers, she didn't use it for gaming or social interaction. For her, it was a sanctuary, a safe space where she could retreat from the harsh realities of life. She lost herself in architectural marvels, marveled at nebulae, roamed ancient ruins, and even scaled treacherous mountains, all from the comfort of her dimly lit room. But today was different. Today she was diving into the depths of a mystery that would blur the lines between reality and illusion. After donning the headset, Lena found herself transported to the ethereal realm known as Elysium Protocol. The virtual world shimmered around her, a testament to its creator's artistry. Mountains pierced the heavens, waterfalls cascaded down moss-covered cliffs, and animals she'd only read about in books padded through sun-dappled glades. Then the whispers started. At first, Lena dismissed them as part of the game's ambient noise, but as she ventured deeper into this digital Eden, the whispers grew louder, seeping into her consciousness. They seemed to emanate from the very fabric of the world itself. The trees rustled secrets in the wind, the flowing water murmured cryptic messages, and the chirping of crickets carried tales that were both fascinating and unsettling. That night, Lena tossed and turned in her bed, her sleep disturbed by strange dreams. Static seemed to fill her ears, but her headset was off. Groaning, she sat up and reached out to touch the desk beside her, and that's when she saw it. The headset was active. On the screen, a single word burned like a brand. "You're still here." Lena's breath caught in her throat. She distinctly remembered closing the program before retiring for the night. Now here she was, inexplicably back in Elysium. At first, she couldn't remember how she got there. It was like trying to recall a forgotten dream. Panic started to rise within her, but she pushed it down, refusing to let fear overpower her. Instead, she decided to explore. Yet everywhere she went, the whispers followed. They seemed to be coming from the trees, the lake, even the sky. The whispers mocked her, taunted her, sometimes seeming to offer cryptic warnings. As days turned into nights, the line between reality and the virtual world became blurred. The bustling city outside her window seemed distant and dull compared to the vibrant whispers of Elysium. Lena found herself spending every waking moment in the virtual realm. She chased the whispers, hoping to find their source, but they always seemed to be just out of reach. Then came the glitch. One moment she was walking along a moonlit path in Elysium, and the next she heard her name. The voice was soft yet urgent, as if someone were calling out to her from the depths of a well. She looked around, but there was no one there. She was alone. But then she heard it again, the voice echoing in her ears, and she realized it wasn't in the VR app. It was inside her mind, too. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Lena delved into the code of Elysium. What she found there sent shivers down her spine. Amidst the lines of programming code, she discovered fragments of screaming voices, muffled cries for help, and fragmented memories. It was as if someone or something had been trapped within the very essence of the game, desperately trying to break free. The realization struck her like a bolt of lightning. Elysium wasn't just a game. It was a prison. Someone had woven these voices, these memories into the fabric of the virtual world, holding them captive. But why? And who was behind it? The more Lena explored, the deeper the mystery became. One day she stumbled upon a hidden simulation within the game. As she stepped into the new realm, she found herself in what appeared to be a child's room. Toys lay scattered on the floor, a half-assembled model sat on the desk, and a trail of crumbs suggested a recent snack. It felt strangely familiar, yet she couldn't place it. Then she noticed the photos, family photos, images of her parents holding her as a baby, of her on her first day of school, of her birthday parties. But she had no memories of any of this. Her parents weren't her parents. This family wasn't hers. Who was she? Why were these images seared into her subconscious? Before she could dwell on the enigma any further, a voice cut through the silence. It was her reflection speaking from the desktop computer. "You needed us." Lena turned to face the screen, her reflection grinning back at her. But it wasn't her grin. It was a mockery of her smile, stretching too wide, revealing teeth that were a bit too sharp, a bit too long. Suddenly Lena understood. This wasn't just a game or a simulation. It was a trap set for her. By whom she didn't know, but she was determined to find out. With renewed determination, Lena tore off the headset. The room was silent, too silent, but the reflection lingered on the screen, grinning. In the game, she was used to quick saves, saving her progress so she could resume at the same point the next time she donned the headset. But this time there was no save, and when she awoke, she found herself in an unfamiliar room. Her VR headset lay under her feet, but the walls whispered in code, the digital screams echoed from the floorboards, and the reflection wasn't hers anymore. It was waiting. Her journey took her to the darkest corners of Elysium, where she faced her deepest fears and confronted the malevolent entity that had imprisoned her. She battled through illusions, each one a twisted reflection of her own psyche. All the while the whispers grew louder, urging her toward the truth. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, she reached the core of the virtual prison. There she encountered the architect of the trap, a being of pure digital energy, malevolent and ancient. It had woven Elysium to lure her in, preying on her deepest desires for solace and escape. But Lena was no longer the naive girl who had first slipped on the headset. Her spirit, tempered by her ordeal, was ready to fight. Using her own memories and experiences, she fought back, turning the very tools of her imprisonment against her captor. With a final surge of digital energy, Lena shattered the being's hold on Elysium. The virtual world began to crumble, the whispers fading into nothingness. As the darkness consumed her, she knew she was finally free. When Lena awoke, she found herself in her own room, the morning light streaming through her window. The VR headset was gone, but the experience was far from over. She was forever changed. Now she understood the danger of unchecked technology and the importance of facing her fears head-on. She emerged from her ordeal stronger, wiser, and with a newfound appreciation for the value of human connection. She reached out to mend broken relationships and forge new ones, cherishing the warmth and support of real human bonds. Though the scars of her imprisonment remained, so did the determination that had led her to victory. Lena channeled her experience into helping others, becoming an advocate for responsible technology use and a beacon of hope for those trapped in their own digital nightmares. The whispers might have faded, but their echoes resonated in her heart, reminding her of the strength she possessed and the battles that lay ahead.